Rah! Oh, man, that was crazy.
I think the couch broke.
I think the couch broke. Oh, well.
I'm psyched.
He's psyched.
I'm psyched.
I'm psyched. We got the #1 team coming to town. He's got Mountain Dew, so he's jacked up. We got the #1 team coming to Columbia. Game day is going to be there. This is going to be a good week. We're playing Alabama.
Yeah, it's going to be a great week, man.
Great week.
I'm excited.
He's excited. We're all excited. Had 2 weeks to prepare. Had a rough Auburn loss. 2 weeks to prepare. So hopefully the defense fixed some of the issues that they had. So what do you think is going to be some keys for the game? Obviously Alabama's #1. I think they're by far the best team in the country. Oregon's probably #2. That's another discussion. But Alabama, they're good all over. Obviously Ingram and Richardson and McElroy hadn't lost a game since like 8th grade, something crazy like that. So what do we need to do to beat them?
Put 14 in the box.
Well, Tennessee tried that against LSU. They had 13 in the box.
We'll put 14 in the box and -3 playing in coverage.
Yeah.
Nah, what we got to do is McElroy has to beat us. We cannot let Ingram beat us, especially with, this
like he did last
rumor.
year.
Yeah, with this rumor of like Julio getting his knee scoped or whatnot. I don't know. I'm not from Alabama. I don't know what they're doing down there. But they have tremendous athletes on all sides of the ball in every position that they have. Problem with that is they're better than us.
Right.
And
Playing
a lot of categories.
I mean, they just recruit better players. I mean, it's not a secret. It's not a
yeah.
diss to Carolina. It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just a fact. They've out-recruited us the past couple of years. Whatever. But that doesn't mean that they're going to win the game. That doesn't mean that we're going to, win the game. Whatever. But it's McElroy. McElroy has to beat us. We cannot let Trent Richardson or Mark Ingram beat us. If we do, it's going to... I think might get as ugly as it was when McFadden and Felix Jones beat us.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
That was pretty ugly. So.
Yeah, we pretty much tried to give him the Heisman that year.
Yeah.
You're right. Definitely make McElroy win. Put as many people in the box as possible. And Ingram's one of those guys that doesn't really matter how many people are in the box. He'll get his yards. He missed, 3 or 4 games, and he's still on the Heisman talk. And Richardson would start pretty much anywhere else in the country if it wasn't for Mark Ingram. So they're stacked. Like I said, Julio Jones may not play. I'm not too worried about that because I like our safeties and our secondary is pretty good. But make McElroy, except for Culver, we all know how I feel about him. But make McElroy beat you. Pressure him. It should be a rowdy crowd. Obviously, you got #1 coming in, so stadium should be loud, should be rocking. The players should be hyped up. It'll be our chance to beat a #1 in the 3 different sports this year. We did it in basketball, beat Kentucky, and then we did it in baseball, beat Arizona State. So it'll be our time to beat a third #1 team if we can do that. But make McElroy beat you because it's no secret what they're going to do. They watch the Auburn film, and they're going to try to run the ball down our throats, obviously, because we've had trouble stopping the run for a couple of years now. So how do you do that? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of one of those pick your poison things. I mean, you can stack the box and then McElroy hit you up top, and if you get soft, they'll bust you with the run game. But what I personally think we need to do is going to be on offense is going to be key. I think we need to switch it up some. They've got, I think, 10 new starters on defense. And that doesn't mean they're not good. That just means they're inexperienced. So I'm normally not a big fan of trick plays and trickery like that, but I do think that now's a good time to bring out Ace Sanders. If you've been working on stuff, use it, because the more that you can get these guys confused and the more you can get them rattled on the road, the better chance, because you have to score points to win, obviously. You can't just stop them. So I definitely think offense needs to do something different. It can't be a run right, run left, Garcia throws it over Alshon's head under pressure on 3rd down and punt, because that's not going to work. I
honestly think that you need to throw out everything that you got in this game. I'm expecting, if it was me going into this game preparing, Gilmore, I love Gilmore. He's one of my favorite athletes on the team. He didn't have that great of a game against Auburn. There was so many different, defensive breakdowns in that game. But Gilmore is, probably the best player on our defense.
Oh, yeah. If not on the team. I mean, he's a phenomenal athlete.
He's a phenomenal athlete. So what I want to do, it's going to sound kind of scary, is he is not going to return punts for us. I want to keep him as fresh as possible. We're going to use him in the wildcat, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. But we need to use him in that formation. We need Ace Sanders out there. We need to run him on some reverses and stuff. We need to run a lot of draws, a lot of screens. You keep some pressure off our line. We need to go deep. We need to do everything.
And their defense is super fast. And the one way that you combat fast defenses is, like you said, do draws, screens, something to get them upfield.
Yes.
And then you have all their defensive linemen upfield So you have a lot of running room. You're right. I say bring out all stops.
Yeah, you will not win the game if you go Lattimore middle, Lattimore left, Lattimore right, and then punt. That's how it's going to be. You have to do anything and everything that you can think of that could just keep that defense off balance. That defense is phenomenal. I watched them play against Florida, and it was pretty embarrassing for Florida, to be honest with you. Florida didn't score a touchdown, and I mean, even though Florida's down this year, that's still pretty scary knowing that a team held Florida.
No touchdowns. And like I said, it doesn't matter that they have 10 new starters. I mean, they're phenomenal athletes, but the thing is you've got to have some plays that they haven't seen. And we really haven't run trick plays this year. We've done a couple end rounds with Sanders, but I know we've got them. And now's the perfect time to use them. There's no sense to save them for Kentucky or something like that. I mean, you're on national TV. We've never won a game on CBS for what that's worth. I don't think that's worth anything, but because we always play better teams. But game day's going to be there. It's all or nothing because you don't want to go and get blown out. And what you've got to happen early is if you get down early, don't abandon your game plan and don't get panicky because in the past when we've got down early, it's like we don't know what to do. Now what to do? We got to throw the ball, touchdown every time. So that's not necessary. Just stay in the game, and that's why I think it's important to get up early because if you can get their defense rattled, then you got some momentum on offense, and then you've got them kind of second guessing themselves. They're young, good rowdy crowd. So
I mean, I hate. I mean, even though it pains me to say this, for us to win this game, we have to play pretty much flawless, and Alabama has to give us some.
Definitely.
Give us some stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to need a fumble here, an interception there. You know,
we're definitely going to have to get the bounces. I mean, but that's anybody when you play Alabama.
We're probably going to need some major penties too.
Yeah.
You know, some
late hits and things like that.
Roughing the passers, all this stuff. We're going to have to bring out all the stops for this game. I mean, they're better than us.
But we don't promote paying the refs.
We do not promote paying the refs. But I mean, they're better than us. But I mean, that's one thing that I like about a game like this. You know, they're better than you. But that's why you suit up.
Right, and the thing to remember is that a lot of these guys are college kids, 18, 19, 20 years old. I'm 22, and I know how flaky I can be sometimes. I mean, just because they're number one in the country doesn't mean they're unbeatable.
Exactly.
You saw with Arkansas. Arkansas had a good chance to beat them, and they just couldn't shut them down, and that's what good teams do. They find a way to win. But all stops. I just read Gamecock Central that Shaq Wilson's not going to be playing. He'll be out for the year. So that kind of hurts us, linebacker some, but everybody's got to bring their A game. I know Auburn was a rough game a couple weeks ago, but you've had 2 weeks to kind of forget about it. You've had 2 weeks to scheme and prepare and do anything you've got to do. This would obviously be the biggest win for the program, obviously, and now's the year to do it. I mean, we've got good athletes, not necessarily as good as Alabama's, but
we do have
we've got good athletes on pretty much all sides of the ball except for offensive line. Offensive line, you need to step up. If one of you guys sees this video, step up.
Please.
Give Garcia time. Give him time to get the ball downfield to some of our good receivers. Give him time to get the screens out on draws and things like that. Because without you, we have no chance. So,
I mean, that's one thing that, I agree with you 100%. The offensive line needs to step up. If one of y'all watches this video, I mean, I'm not trying to bash you by no means. I mean, you're obviously talented if you're playing for an SEC school.
Right.
But, I mean, it's just, I know we're really hard on y'all, but that's just it. I mean, when anything goes wrong, the first place they look is the offensive line. And I know it's not always your fault. I played defensive line and, in high school and everything. And I know that, it's not always your fault, a lot of them sacks that they try and blame you for, it's not your fault. A lot of it, to me, looked as coverage sacks. Where, I mean, obviously, Garcia probably held on to it a little bit longer than he should.
Right.
And, with no one open and then deciding to run. And, I mean, I'm not expecting y'all to hold the guys for 10 seconds, I'm just expecting,
just to do your assignments.
Just do your assignments.
Don't blow assignments and don't anything like that. So I don't like to make predictions on games, and I'm not going to make one on this one, but I'm no idiot. Alabama's good. They're better than us. I'm not going to lie. They're the best team in the country, but I do think we have a shot. That's why they play the game.
Yeah, that's why we play.
Because on paper, Alabama would blow us out. Yeah. But games aren't played on paper, so they're played on the field. And we get them at home, and it should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah. There was another fun thing that I saw the other day, is that the NCAA 11 Facebook page, for each game of the week, they simulate it in the game and kind of tell us the results. Yeah. And, I mean, I didn't look to see this week what it was, But I mean, I'm sure Alabama would have destroyed us in it. But I mean, this is exactly why we play the game. You know, we play not because to prove that yeah, they were better on paper. We play because it's who's better today,
right.
not who's better on paper.
Anybody can beat anybody.
Exactly.
Obviously, App State beat Michigan a couple years ago, and then you had Jacksonville State beat Ole Miss earlier.
James Madison
beat Virginia Tech. Yeah, anybody can beat anybody on any given day. So, so let's go out there and beat them.
Yeah,
let's show them what Gamecock football is. And it'd be a huge stepping stone. So, just go play, have fun, and just beat them.
Just beat them.
Just do it. Nike, just do it.
Just do it.